Okay, so this is a repair for a mid-1990s Lincoln Town Car radio. So right now I got this thing from a junkyard, and I'm trying to put in my 1996 Lincoln Town Car, but it's been giving me a TDE3 error. So originally, when I found it, it had a cassette inside of it that was stuck in there, and it was giving me a reading of no tape, so essentially I couldn't eject it. So I've disassembled it, I pulled the tape out. Right now it's still not perfect, but perhaps in the event that you had a tape or something that got stuck in your town car's radio, this is a way to fix it, or this is a way to get it back. So essentially right now I've got a cassette adapter that's stuck in there. So first off, what you're going to need to do is there are two star nuts on the back of the radio. You'll have to remove it from the car, of course. So we just undo those. And number two. Okay, so we pull that off. Then we're going to need a flathead screwdriver. And so you could see these little points right here, 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 and here. Sort of just around the edges, you sort of put it in and sort of pry it up just a little bit. Let's see where we could start to. Actually, maybe even down here in the corner. There we go. So in the corner, sort of wedge it up on both on the other side now. And up and then out, and because there's little hooks on the top there. And so now we've got our innards of the radio. So first things first, we're going to have to move a lot of stuff, so I'd recommend to see this wire down here. I'd recommend disconnecting this. It's just a small little tab and then it slides out from right here. So you just do that, unhook there. Okay, now we're going to need to change our star nut to a one slightly smaller size for everything. Actually, no. Scratch that. These are the same. Okay, so now, next thing we have to do is we have to remove this bracket inside that holds the whole entire cassette mechanism in here. So there are 4 screws. There's one screw here, one up here in the corner, and there's one over here in this corner now. So, yeah, so we're going to do that. So we remove one in the back right first. 1, 2, 3, and then number 4. Okay, so that's the 4 screws there. Okay, next we have to disconnect these 2 electrical connectors right here. So using a, where'd my flathead go? So using a thin flathead screwdriver, you sort of just gently put it under the edge. Sometimes the plastic in these could be a little fragile. So you just sort of gently put it in there and sort of turn it kind of sideways a little bit. Just sort of pry it up without causing any damage. And sort of use my nails also to try and get the other side off. Almost. Alright, so that side's off. Same thing with this side now. So we just sort of put it in, put the screwdriver in, sort of just a little bit to loosen it, and then boom, we're off there. Now this thing is pretty much disconnected. Let's see. Okay. We may also need to remove this little blue one right here. It just sort of slides off. So pop that out. And now we need to lift out the inner mechanism. Make sure to get it around these. Watch out for all your printed circuits in here. Don't want to cut anything or damage anything. And so I have this cable sticking out of the front. Okay, so now we've got the inner part right here. So what you have right here is you have this little device right here. Right now it's located at P and it's been stuck in there. It gave me the TDE3 error and it wouldn't eject. This is no tape now. So all you do is you take this thing and you sort of slide it back, all the way back, and there you go. It's completely out. I don't know if this will actually fix it since I did this before and Unfortunately, it didn't serve as a permanent solution, but perhaps at least you can get your cassette out and you could try again, or if anyone has any better updates. But that's how you get that out, and then now that that's out, same deal, we put it back inside. So the reverse of what we did before. So you put it gently in. We'll make sure to line up your 4 screw holes, set it down, don't damage any printed circuits. Okay, now in reverse we reconnect our blue connector here, and then we can reconnect our printed circuit here and here, and then we put in our 4 screws. Here's number 1. Here is number 2. And for the record, I was not, you could hit the eject button on this when it had the cassette stuck in it and still wouldn't come out because it'd just say there's no cassette in it. That's why you kind of have to disassemble it. In fact, I'm not actually sure if you completely have to pull this thing out, since the little tab, as you can see, is right here, so you might be able to slide it back and forth just like this. But do as you will. And then we put in our 4th screw here into this corner. And we're back in there. We get our cover. So remember the tab's on the top. Put it underneath there and then wedge it down. Remember that some parts are supposed to go on the outside, some parts are supposed to go on the inside, so make sure those end up where they need to go. Okay, we've got that, and we've got the last 2 screws on the back, and then the screw right here. And then that's how you get a stuck cassette out of a mid-1990s Lincoln Town Car JBL radio. So, and that is that.